On February 26, 2011, Nintendo released the 3DS, their last entry in the DS line of consoles. While this was 13 years ago, and many people back then criticized it for being underpowered compared to some of its competitors, some people considered it one of Nintendo's best systems of all time. The 3DS was very similar to its predecessor, the DS, with its dual screens, foldable design, and button layout, but when compared side by side, you could tell that a lot was changed. The 3DS added a much larger top display with higher resolutions along with the circle pad. The upper display had a 3D mode. If you hit the switch, the screen turns from a regular display into a 3D display, very similar to 3D TVs at the time, just without glasses. This is also what contributed to its very high cost. Several other 3DS models were made, including the 3DS XL, which had larger displays, and the 2DS, which was very similar but didn't have the 3D or its folding design. A lot was also changed under the hood. Early models of the 3DS had a dual-core ARM11 processor with a clock speed of 268 MHz, alongside 128 MB of RAM. New 3DS systems shipped with a different quad-core processor with a speed of 804 MHz, alongside 256 MB of RAM. There was no internal storage on any system, and instead they came shipped with 2 or 4 GB SD cards, which could be swapped with a higher capacity card if you choose to do so. Game cartridges look very similar to its predecessor, however, they can store way more data than a DS cartridge, and they also have a notch to prevent them from fitting in an old DS. The 3DS is also backwards compatible with DS games. As the DS successor, it shared many features from the older DS systems, including the ability to wirelessly connect with nearby players and play multiplayer games. Nintendo also brought download play to the 3DS, something that the Switch doesn't have, likely due to its games having a much larger file size. Alongside wireless connectivity, the 3DS also had a very interesting feature called Streetpass. Basically, if you were in public with your 3DS, and you just so happened to walk across someone who also had a 3DS, both systems would quickly exchange data with each other. Not too many games utilize this. I do know that Mario Kart 7 did have a Streetpass feature that allowed you to exchange time trial data. Great for finding opponents, I guess. Speaking of games, the 3DS has an amazing game library. The best-selling game on the Nintendo 3DS is Mario Kart 7. First released in Japan on December 1st, 2011. It went on to sell 18 million copies. Other games include Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Super Smash Bros., New Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario 3D Land, Luigi's Mansion, Kirby's Epic Yarn, and Zelda Ocarina of Time, that being a 3D remake of a Nintendo 64 game. The 3DS also had access to Nintendo's Virtual Console library, allowing users to download NES, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and even Sega Game Gear games. New 3DS owners could download SNES games. The 3DS is also capable of playing Game Boy Advance games, however they were not normally available through the eShop. They were only available to 3DS ambassadors, users who had purchased a 3DS when it first came out for $250. And even when they did, only 10 Game Boy Advance games were made available. Unfortunately, it's no longer possible to officially download digital titles as Nintendo's eShop for the 3DS and Wii U had shut down. The only way to officially acquire games is by purchasing used cartridges off sites like eBay or from your local game store. The same goes for playing online games. Nintendo's official online servers for the 3DS have also shut down. Just like many older game systems, it is very easy to jailbreak or mod your 3DS and install a custom firmware. All you need is a 3DS with an SD card and a computer, both with internet access. Modding your system allows you to bypass the region lock, backup save files, run homebrew apps, backup your 3DS cartridges, install ROM hacks, and you'll get additional customization options. You can even play online again by connecting to a custom server known as Pretendo. Compatibility with games is not 100%, but it is improving. With all of these features, picking up a 3DS today is not that hard at all. Many eBay listings I've seen can range from $80 to $250 depending on the model, condition, and if it includes some games. You can probably go cheaper by picking up an out-of-region model, however there are risks, including not supporting a specific language, region locking, and import fees. Two of these can be fixed by modding your console. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot, and I'll see you guys later.